What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Storytime. So today is a very special edition of Storytime. I'm going to share some stories with you guys about my bodybuilding competitive past and some of the accolades. So unlike some people, I don't have a PhD that I sat around and did some book reading and took some tests and got that piece of paper. But I have something different. I have what I call the hard knocks PhD, and that means that you get your PhD in the gym. You get in there, you're pushing blood, sweat, and tears, not a pencil. And these are some of the things over the years that I've accumulated, just a few of them because I don't have them showing all the time. So some people may wonder, well, what have you done? Okay, well, let's see what I did. So the first one, this is the medal that I got from my first competition. This is the 1993 ANBC Colonial Classic. Now, this was my teenage years. I was 17 years old. I was a senior in high school, and I decided I was going to go ahead and do this competition. Little did I know I had to shave myself head to toe, put on this crazy pro tan, and look weird compared to all my classmates, and I got my balls busted. They made fun of me. Why are you shaving your legs? Blah, 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 blah. You have an orange color to your skin. But, I didn't place well. I placed like 11th out of this, and I do remember Pete, the guy that won, was in the teenage class. He was like 214 or 212 or something like that. He looked unbelievable. He was gigantic for a teenager. And there I was, 135 pounds on stage trying to pose against these guys. And this is actually the medal that you get when you don't get a trophy, when you don't place. It's like the condolences is like, we're sorry you suck, but you can take this home because you can have something. So that was, just to be able to be there and get this was important to me. And I've kept it all these years, even though it wasn't a specific award. Everybody got them who did the competition and didn't actually place. The next one, that was 93. The following year, 94, I made some really big changes to my physique. And you can see right here, this is the 94 ANBC Rhode Island Natural Best Poser Award. So unlike every single weight class gets one of these, only one person in the whole teenage division gets one of these. So I had made such a big jump from my first year to my second year that not only was I moved up in placings, I got second at the Gold's Classic, which qualified me for Teenage Nationals, and then third at the Rhode Island States, which was our state level show, our state title, but was also the best poser out of all the teenagers. There were like 35 teenagers in that class, or that division at the time. And out of all of them, I get the best poser. I understood that posing was a very important part of being a bodybuilder and that I needed to learn how to pose the right way so I didn't look goofy like some of those other guys that were up there. The next one over here is the Lehigh Valley in 2007. Yeah, the 07 Lehigh Valley. Now this one to me is important because, again, I got second. I lost by 1 point in this show, and I'd done very poorly at the Pittsburgh a couple weeks before. I was like 11th at the Pittsburgh as a light heavyweight. So now not only did I move up a weight class, but I improved my physique so much and my conditioning so much that I actually battled for the top spot in a heavyweight division, which was the first time I'd ever done well as a heavyweight. I had tried the heavyweight division once before, and I got 4th or 5th. It was up in the Tournament of Champions in New Hampshire. And this one, by 1 point I lost. Again, this was the national qualification as a heavyweight, which was, again, important for me. I didn't go on to nationals because I didn't win the show, and that's my personal thing. I feel like you have to win the show to be able to go to nationals, but I earned the right with that qualification. It made such a dramatic change in my physique that even people that had seen me a couple weeks before were wondering what I had done, and it was simply just a change in diet that I went from training with a trainer to training myself, and that is what made the big difference in that whole thing. This one here is one of my favorite trophies. This is the Atlas Trophy. And this was the 2009 Maryland State Championships. I lost by 2 points for that one. These are very, very small margins to lose by, if you guys don't know. And again, that was another national qualification in the light heavyweight division. So now, if you're keeping track, that's 2 divisions that I have qualified for nationals in, plus the teenage division. That's 3 divisions in my life that I've qualified, where some people qualify for 1, some people don't even qualify at all. But so far, that's 3 divisions, like I said, if you're keeping track on how many divisions are qualified. And I do feel that's actually the video of the Maryland State Champions 2009 that I have on the Bios3 channel if you want to check out the posing routine to Nickelback that's up there. That's that show. This one, the silver one, my silver guy. 2007. 2007. So Lehigh Valley, 2007. This was the 2007 Lehigh Valley where I placed second at the heavyweights. This was a few months later as a super heavyweight. Second place, super heavyweights, Maryland State Championships. Now, most people are not going to go up a single weight class in a year, let alone two. That was the third weight class inside 1 year, and I improved placings all the way up there. So I weighed in about 227 pounds when I stepped on stage, well, the night before. So probably maybe a little bit heavier than I maybe 230, 232 when I stepped on stage at the Maryland States as a super heavy and earned my right to go to nationals as a super heavy. So again, that's something that I'm very proud of, being able to qualify in 4 different divisions, four different weight classes in a teenage division as my bodybuilding career has gone along. And see, this one here is one of my prized possessions. Now, I've talked about this one again. This one here is the 2009 Pittsburgh Championships. Okay, this is a heavyweight division trophy, Pittsburgh Championships. Anybody knows anything about the Pittsburgh knows this is a national level show. It's stamped as a regional, but it's a national level show. The national level guys go there. The Manions put it on. This is one of the hardest shows there is out there. To be able to place, anywhere in top 5 is really good. I mean, that means that you are a national level competitor if you're in the top 5, and that you can challenge at the national competition. Now, this one is the one that Kevin Levrone worked with me. This is when me and my girlfriend had broken up, and he stepped up and helped me get ready for the competition. And I was the lightest guy at 199 pounds. Everyone else was 225, or after they were done carving up, possibly even bigger. And I still went toe-to-toe with them and beat all of them but 3 out of like 30 guys. So, I mean, that to me, on that stage with Cutler and Dexter Jackson and Kai Green and all these guys staring at you on the stage, the Manions putting it on, Muscular Development's there, to be able to move to that division under the circumstances and place top 5, which is very, very good on any scale from any competition, is a big achievement. So that's one. Although it's one of the the cheaper trophies that are probably produced, that one is probably one of my prized possessions. And the last one over here, I would say, is my prized possession. This, this is the 2012. Check it out, 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 check it out. That's where it ends. Razor sharp. 2012 Maryland State Championships. 4th in the light heavyweights. You see the McLeod. This is actually the Highlander sword. I got 2 of these. 5th place and 4th place in the East Coast Championships, 5th. The Maryland State Championships, 4th place. I got 2 of these swords on that day as trophies for the placements for the competitions last year. Now, the year before I had placed out of the running, I bumped up to the heavyweight class again. I didn't place top 5. So my goal last year was to get back into the top 5 again, but drop down to that late heavyweight class and see where I would fit in that class again. I did. I got 4th and 5th, which both were, exactly what my goals were. But I wanted a sword. I always wanted a sword. How cool is it to have a sword for a trophy? That's the ultimate trophy. So that's probably my prized possession. So for those of you who are questioning, well, what has he done? He doesn't have a PhD, or he doesn't sound like Ian when he talks, or he doesn't talk like he's a scientist. Throughout the years, I've proven myself over and over again on the stage, time and time again, in deep classes, not ones where there's nobody in there. These are state, national, and regional level competitions I've gone in, and I never have done a novice competition ever. I went from teenage directly into the open, and have been battling in the open for top spots for the last 20 years. So everybody can talk what they want, bullshit all they want, doesn't matter. This is just a small piece of what is in my house trophy-wise, and I'm not even done yet. I'm rolling forward into 2013, and we'll see what happens then. But this is where it's at, guys. Just because you don't have a PhD doesn't mean you haven't put your time and effort into it, and doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. Bios3training@gmail.com. Comments below, www.bios3training.com, and we're out.